Hello everyone, Wilson here and welcome back to my channel. So those of you who watched my previous video on my SLC roof module retrofit into my R172 SLK, the link is above if you want to watch it, I actually damaged something. I've damaged the rear surround speaker connector when I was removing it. So in this video, I'll show you a quick how-to to repair that connector. So you need a trim removal tool. Go around the speaker grill, around the edges to release these clips. Just be gentle, just pop it in like this and then just slowly unclip it all, and then that will come out, as you can see there, and it will rest on the seatbelt area because it's not got nowhere to go. Now you can see where the broken connector is at the bottom. What actually happened is when I removed it and when I did my roof retrofit, I actually slipped and yanked it and it snapped the connector. It's a common problem apparently. The wire, which I'll show you, is hidden in there. I've hidden it. There you go. I've taped it up just in case I short circuit. But yeah, so simply got to strip it down, put new pins on it, new connector, and hopefully. Actually, I've got to try and remove that connector out of that socket. That's got to be a bit tricky, but let's try and work that out. I'll put a link in the description where to buy the connectors. I'll just show you the connectors that I bought. There they are. So these are the factory connectors. You don't have to buy them from Mercedes. You can buy it online on eBay, but I'll put a link to it in my description or where I bought them from. Struggling to get that connector out. It's so tiny and recessed right in there. It's snapped halfway, so I tried a screwdriver, a miniature one, couldn't get any leverage, so the missus has let me borrow her beloved tweezers, little pointy ones. Let's see how I get on with this. Right. There's not a lot you can grab because it's snapped off. I just have to grab what I can actually physically see. I can grab something. We're winning! I've managed to get it out. Well, halfway out. I'm just going to get the last bit out. There you go. So that's the trick. Get a pair of your missus's tweezers. It took a while, took about 5 minutes, but eventually the old half broken connectors come out. The next step is to strip these wires off. So cut off the remaining metal bit with them micro cutters, and then strip some bare wire. Be aware this cable's really short, so don't strip too much off. And then I'm going to proceed to crimp on the new pins that came with the kit, and then hopefully that should be quite straightforward after that. So these little tiny metal pins which go into the connector, they're quite fiddly. So what the idea is, I don't know where we can see on camera, is you need to crimp them on. But I haven't got a special crimper, so a pair of long nose needle pliers would do the trick. So basically, if I just show you a demonstration. So you strip a bit of wire off, but only maybe 5mm, less than that. You don't need to strip too much. And then that goes on to the end of the metal clip, and then you just crimp on the wings of that connector to actually crimp them on. You could probably solder it, to be honest. I think you can crimp it and then put a dab of solder, but not too much because it won't go into the hole of the connector. So yeah, have a play, and I'll show you the end result in a minute once I crimped it. So the first one's halfway on. Is a bit fiddly. You need 2 hands definitely, maybe a second pair of hands, someone to hold the pin. But essentially, you need to crimp. The way I found is easier. It's to slide the wire on, so the bare wires as far as it will go into the pin. And then the back section is the sheathing. You got a separate crimp. You've got some wings at the back of the connector, of that pin, sorry. And you just want to crimp those rear wings so it grabs onto the sheathing. That holds the sheathing down, the insulation. And then, now what I'm going to do now, I haven't done it yet. This middle bit here, where the bare wire is, you want to crimp that bit, or just squeeze it a bit of long nose. Just gently squeeze it, not too hard. Make sure you don't damage the front section, because that's the pin where it slides into the connector. The rear doesn't matter. So that's the last bit I'm going to do now. I'm just going to squeeze it here, and then that will be done. That's the first one done. So I've crimped the center and the rear section. Doesn't look that pretty, but you won't see it. It's nice and snug. I've pulled on it already. Obviously you don't want to yank it too hard. It'll do because it's not going anywhere. It's not going to move around. And then I'm going to repeat for the other side, and then we'll show you how to slide the pins into the actual connector, and then we hopefully almost there. Okay, so the pins have been crimped. The final part is the actual plastic connector. So you have to slide the 2 pins into those 2 holes there, as you can see. Make sure you get the polarity right. So one wire has the orange black stripe and the other one's just plain orange. Now I took a picture of the other side, and the black stripe one has to go onto the right hand side of this connector by viewing from the top where the hole is. So the black stripe on the right. Right, let's go for it. The pin has a raised section where the locking tab clips onto. Make sure that faces up in relation to the connector itself. So let me see if I can slot this in with one hand. Rightio, all done. All pushed back in, the pins. Final bit, push it back into the speaker. That's simple enough. And then refit. And then I'm going to give it a test with some surround audio. For those who are familiar with the HK audio that I have, Logic 7 surround, you normally get this disc with the vehicle. Mine came with it, even though I bought this vehicle secondhand. So this is the only disc that I got, apart from sticking in a movie, to test the actual surround sound speakers. So let's stick it in and see what happens. Right, let's turn the radio on. Right, just have to remember how to work this. Right, disc 1. No disc in disc 1. Right, stick it in then. Right, why is it not taking it? Oh, you've got to press that button. And then, right, 1. And then, well, okay. Right, okay, bear with me.
A few moments later.
Insert this one. It's a while since I used a CD DVD drive, so a bit new, still trying to work my way around it. But anyway, this one is going in. Let's see what this sounds like and if the speaker works. Right, demo disc is running, and I could hear the helicopter going around the speakers. Nothing in that speaker yet. Let's wait. Come on. There you go. Yeah, I can hear it. Brilliant. That's problem resolved. Hope you guys find this video useful. So be careful when you take off those grills. Don't yank it like I did and break the speaker connector. But at least you know how to repair it should you unfortunately break it. So I hope you like this video. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers guys, bye bye.